Okay, so here's my first attempt. Hopefully I can do it in the first attempt. So as you can see from the thumbnail, it probably says I made my first $1,000 in 1 month. I think that's what I'm going to name it. And it's pretty true. I mean, I made it, and it wasn't. Was it very difficult? No. Yes. Yes and no. But I kind of have a list here of what I'm gonna be talking about, just to kind of share what I did. It's not like I really made that much, $1,000, but it's a lot in my opinion for the first month. I know there are some places that say, oh, in the next 90 days you're gonna make like 15K months. But realistically, and from what I've looked through, I think right now I kind of joined when the work load is kind of low because of the holidays. So maybe that's a factor. But let's start. So I started on October 24th. Technically, that's when I started putting all my yard signs. That night is a Friday night. And today's November 25th. So it's been exactly 1 month. So I'm updating it now. So I had 5 jobs total, right? The first job was $140. It was picking up, what was it? It was picking up, maybe if I put some effort, I'm gonna edit it and put it right here. It was picking up 2 commercial ovens. That was my first job. I had to actually get some help because they were very heavy, and they fit in the truck and the bed. So I just put those in there and took it to the dump. Didn't make much profit off of that. But anyways, second job was $99. It was, you know how when you throw household junk into let's say you got your kitchen and you throw trash in, right? That's basically what it was. A bunch of bags filled with trash for a a customer. Kind of stinky, but I still did that, and that was $99. It wasn't much. It filled the truck bed basically. It wasn't heavy at all. At the dump I got charged the minimum, which was $18. Third job was $300. That one was, so it was supposed to be initially at $130. I get there and they say, hey, I have a bunch more stuff. So what they ended up doing, I ended up doing was quoting them once I was there, which was unexpected, and quoted them roughly around 300. I think I underquoted them a little bit. I could have probably got maybe 350 because it took a lot of space in the trailer. I might put that here, but that one combined with the same day I got another job. It was for 220. It was the same day. And that one was, it was supposed to be 150. I underquoted the hell out of it, and once I got there, it was so much, and she asked for me to take more things, and I kind of said okay, but I kind of overpriced the extra few things because I had already underpriced the hell out of it. And don't be afraid. Well, funny I should say that, but I was very afraid to just tell her, it's gonna be a little more. It might seem expensive. It was just like a computer desk, and I said I'll do it for like $40, and she's like surprised that I would do it for that much. And I was like, yeah, it's just I already gave you a good price, and I needed help that day. So that day alone was a $520 day. So that was really nice. But compared to the amount of stuff I got, it should have been easily almost a $700 day. And the fifth job I got was 170. It was supposed to be 130, but when I got there, they had more stuff, and they actually have a little mini fridge, and stuff was kind of heavy, so I quoted it at 170, and they gave me a $10 tip. So that was the 5 jobs that I did. I didn't take pictures of that one. I totally forgot, and it's mainly because they still hadn't really taken everything out. I think that's something that I should kind of look into sometimes. But anyways, just to kind of tell you what I did. Marketing, I did yard signs. That's the first thing I did. Yard signs, that's how I got my first job. Yard sign. It was a restaurant, and they said, hey, I saw your sign outside my restaurant, and I was wondering if you can pick up those 2 commercial ovens, and I did. Made no profit almost. I used Facebook. I actually used Facebook ads for like a week. I did for like $50. I got a lot of leads, mostly questions like how much do you charge, etc. But no actual customers, nothing closed. I use Nextdoor. Nextdoor, I post both on my main page, like my neighbor page, and then the business page. And I just post. I should probably post there more often, maybe every day. I think I should do that because I'm posting every 2-3 days. But since it's Nextdoor, I'm not really, it's kind of hard to spam that since it's not a group. You're technically not really spamming. So actually, now that I think about it, I'm probably going to be posting there more frequently. And I did get a customer from that. That was like my 5th job. Instagram, I think I had a lead from Instagram, but I didn't get the job. Well, they just asked questions. They didn't really send me anything. Let's see. YouTube. I'm doing YouTube now. And I finally got my Google business profile verified, only for the service-based verification. And it's better than nothing because I've been trying so hard to get it verified, but they're pretty picky now. You got to have a permanent signage at your business location, and since it's my house, you have to kind of drill holes. Apparently, they said you have to. Yeah, they said you got to drill holes. And funny enough, I actually bought. I don't think I have them with me. I bought a paper with my logo, and then I just taped it on the floor. Yeah, this doesn't work. Yeah, so like I said, for Facebook, Nextdoor, Instagram, except for Nextdoor, since I'll be posting probably more daily now, I post every 2 or 3 days in groups, on groups, on Facebook page, the main page, and now YouTube, right? And every time I go to a business or a customer, I give them my business cards. I always give it to them, just in case they ever need it or whatever. I should probably hand them 2, not 1. Just give them 2. I have my truck, my trailer. Maybe I can post that here. That's the setup. It holds about 13 cubic yards, right? And I got my tools. I just bought tools. I spent quite a bit of money on tools because that job that was $300. It looked kind of unprofessional that I didn't have like a broom or nothing. So the next day or so, I went to Home Depot and bought a bunch of equipment or tools to kind of do that, to look more ready, more professional. Pricing. So when it comes to pricing, I need to update this a little better because I was working. Me, my stepdad, and my brother, we were working on the trailer. My family was helping me out. They helped me out, so the trailer's updated. It looks badass now. It's about 13 cubic yards total. So, and I charge roughly around 50 to 60 per cubic yard, and it all depends on what I am actually picking up. Like if, for example, somebody gives me car parts, that's heavier, so I might price it at 55. If it's really light stuff, $50. Very light stuff though, of course, and maybe local. But if you're far out, 55. And if you're very far out or in the more nicer areas, probably 60, maybe even more. It just depends how far or where they're located. Let's see, what did I write here? Update, trailer work done, more cubic yards, roughly 55. Total minus expenses. So total, I think it was like 940 or something for everything. Round it up. Hey, round it up. It's $1,000. Minus expenses, 940. I mean, maybe like 640. I think I spent like $300. That's not including equipment, not including any of that stuff, right? If I were to include that, obviously it's a lot less, but I'm not including it because now that I do have the equipment, it's something that is kind of like reimbursed in a way later down the road. Let's see. future end of year holidays. Okay, so I said, what, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's the end of the holidays, so people are gonna slow down on spending, right? They're mostly gonna be spending on stuff, not trying to get rid of stuff. And so because of the holidays, the calls have been slowing down. I felt it a lot more. I felt it a lot more. And I don't think it's the right time to kind of do Google ads, because that's what I kind of want to do. Local business ads or local Google ads is something like that. So I'm gonna do that, and but not yet. If I'm gonna spend that money, I'm gonna spend it probably at the beginning of the year where there are more calls. So, yeah, January Google ads. So yeah, January. It's about a month away. So yeah. Door hangers. I might get door hangers. So I have a plan for that. Maybe I'll tell you guys a little later. It's a little secret. But I'm gonna do door hangers or flyers, but in a certain way where many people get them. Magnets. Might get a few magnets for the truck. I have a big sign in the back of the trailer, but I don't really have a lot for the side of the truck. And you know, when people cross by, they usually see the side, so I'll be doing that too. And yeah, so that's kind of it for now. That's kind of what my notes, kind of what I wanted to share for now. But yeah, it's been good. I've had a lot of fun so far. It takes time. I know that I have to be more patient. You know, I know that I have to keep posting, and just because you don't get a few calls in a few days, you know, it just takes a few phone calls, 2-3 phone calls, and you make decent money for the most part. And make sure you price it right, or else you're gonna hate this. You know, I can already tell that if you don't price things correctly, you're gonna hate this. It's not gonna be fun. So far I've been having fun. I've been pricing pretty well, except for like one job. So yeah, that's kind of it. I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. I will update you guys every week. See if there's any updates. Anything new I've done, anything I've tried. So yeah. Stay tuned. We will see you in the next video.